Alright, so here we go. This is the third time I am doing this because the first time it was not with sound. The second time the mic was a little quiet, and so I really wanted to make sure that you could hear me. I'll start by saying this is also like I've done this a couple times now. I am pretty sure that I have it down. I wasn't quite sure like that I was actually doing it when I did it the first couple times. Like the banner that pops up when you've chosen the right door. I honestly thought that I had a countdown and had to do it so many times, or I just died like and had to start over. Like I thought that was a start over screen. I wasn't aware that that was the victory. Congratulations, you made it out of the room. Um, I do like the concept. It's very puzzly. It did pique my interest for a few minutes. It didn't take long, to be honest with you, but I don't think that you thought it would take me too long. So we'll go ahead and I'll walk you through the process of how I did this and figured it out. So we'll start. Start off here, nice spooky room. Not gonna lie, the very first thing I did when I came in here was backed around the corners and made sure that there wasn't some like glitch or hidden thing. Um, I came in here. I looked at the picture of you and I'm assuming your cousin, and I was like, hey, that's a nice throwback to you guys. I did go in and out of this door repeatedly at first until I figured out that it basically just repeated itself. So that was interesting. But we'll head into the room here, and I'll let you know how I figured this out. I apologize if the noise from it is a little loud in the background here. I'm going to turn it down just a bit. So it wasn't too hard for me to figure out that there are basically four variations of each room. You have fan spinning, chair knocked over, clock ticking, and cup laid down. There are also only four options once you enter the room. So right off the bat, um, it was pretty easy to tell whether or not that I was what I was going to have to do. There were four options. So the easiest thing for me to do was to assign each item to a door. So I made this cup door, I made this clock door, I made this one here fan door for the fan spinning, and I made this one the chair door for when the chair is laid down. And when I would come into the room, I would immediately identify what was wrong with the room. In this case, it would be cup, and I go through the door. If nothing happens, then I go all the way through and I go into the room. This is a clock room, so we go through the clock door. We keep going and going. We come back in. It's a clock door again. Well, because I assign each door to an item, I know that last time I was in this room and it was clock door, I went through the door that was on the clock. So this time I'm going to go to the one to the right. Doesn't take too long for everything to pan out. Here's a chair, so we're going to go through chair door. And we'll just keep going. I do enjoy the concept. Like I really do like the game. I really enjoyed it. What's up, Sticky? How's it going, buddy? Um, fan spinning. Put this one here. And it doesn't take but just a second. And ultimately, you'll find your way out. The concept of the game was really that what made it hard was basically just trying to identify what doors you had already been in. You start out in the very beginning just walking into the room with a 25% chance of getting the correct door. Like, without a doubt. Like, I mean, literally, I could close my eyes, spin around in the room, and I have a 25% chance of guessing the right door. And the moment you go through a door, I now have a 33% chance, if I don't choose the same door, next time I'm in the room in the same circumstance, of getting it right. And so, as long as you identify which doors you've been in, then it becomes pretty easy to narrow it down in just a few attempts. Um, just make sure that you choose different doors, and as long as you always go to the right, then I mean, at the very least, is all you have to really keep up with is how many times you've been in any particular room. As long as you keep track of how long you've been in each room, then it's really not too impossible to figure out. And honestly, even if you lose track of it, then all you have to do is start back over. Go through the door that you went through and start over with that level. It's basically like having 4 different levels and not knowing which level you're going to get each time. All you have to do is remember where you were the last time you were in that level, and it's pretty much done. I really did like it. It was pretty enjoyable. Overall, I mean, the only thing I can see is from what my understanding of how it works is every time you reset the game, when I start the game, every item is locked to a door, and that doesn't change. And as long as that doesn't change, every time I enter the room, I only have to go into a single room no more than 4 times, and I'm guaranteed, the no more than 3 times. The fourth time, I guess no more than 4 times, yeah. On the very fourth time, as long as I followed procedure, then I'm guaranteed to get out of there. Uh, but I do like it. I do like the concept of trying to figure out which door it is. It wasn't like I was trying to escape. It was a lot different than the prototype from like the prison. But yeah, man, it's interesting. I definitely enjoy it. Um, definitely, it's a smoke and think game. Like I wish it was like multi-complex. Like each situation had multiple choices. Um, because like I got out of that pretty easy. I got the cup room, pretty much back to back, and it happened to be the second door. Uh, that time it was the first door. But like maybe if you went in through that door, there was another room, and you had to choose the right one in that one too. And each time those all 3 choices changed, and you had to remember 3 things. Because really, to be honest with you, I did not once, not a single time, did I write anything down. That's all. That's all you, homie. I don't have a need to write anything down. It's pretty easy to narrow it down just logically, working your way through it. Um, it's basically an algorithm, you know. It works. It just works. But I'm gonna end this and say thanks for the opportunity. I love trying these games out for you guys. More than happy to try anything else out you want. I'm gonna be honest. I do like to run through them once without having to record myself. But if it's a really vital thing, I mean, I understand, and I'll totally record myself working through it. I just like the joy of exploring without feeling like someone's over my shoulder. But on that note, I say thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Later, buddy.